So now that I'm doing videos on the Golden Age Justice Society and the very first issues, I thought I would talk about one of the newest, which is what is it? The Long Live the JSA from 2023 2024, so just last year. Now this is actually not the latest series. There is one that is ongoing, but this one was written by Geoff. This is my second attempt because the first video I made mistake after mistake after mistake. So in a story that I didn't read, we discovered that the JSA and some other Golden Age heroes had a lot more sidekicks than we have ever seen before, and they got somehow lost in time, erased from history. And so Geoff Johns kind of created this alternate history now that they've been discovered. In this case, we have Jay Garrick with his forgotten daughter, who has not aged. None of these folks have aged. I'm also not sure now why the Justice Society aren't all dead from extreme old age. I know that they explained at one point how they seem to be living so long, but I'm not sure what the explanation is now. So I'm just going to go through, not going to go through the whole story at all, but just different parts of it that I thought were interesting. So there is an appearance by the Legion of Substitute Heroes. And so we have here Animal Man, who has the ability to transform humans into animals, including himself. He who is stuck between lion and human. And so this is clearly an homage to a story that I actually did where Superman was turned into, he got the head of a lion because of, I believe it was Circe. And that looks like Superman's costume, but it actually isn't. There is an A on there, and I assume this character was introduced in some other story. We have Rainbow Girl, abilities, wields the power of the mysterious emotional spectrum, resulting in unpredictable mood swings. I have no idea what that means. And then we have Stone Boy, of course, one of the classics. And we are introduced to the Legionnaire, who looks like Pharaoh Lad, but this is not Pharaoh Lad. This is, I'm not going to say who it is in case somebody does want to read this story, and I do recommend it. So the artwork is quite beautiful. It is a classic Legion character, but not Pharaoh Lad. So there we have the new Mr. Terrific, new as of 20 years ago or so. And I thought I'd show this picture just because, it is really neat what they're able to do these days with the usage of light, things that comic books simply could not do in the past. And it's a shame that some of the really, really talented Silver Age artists weren't able to capitalize on the printing techniques of today. I missed something. I'm sorry. Oh, this picture here. This is where the classic, again, an homage to, I believe, the first time they did this picture where you have various members of the Justice Society looking at photographs to select new members of the JSA. I believe the first time that was done was in All-Star Squadron #1, but it's been reused a lot. In fact, I think in the current JSA series, they use that picture yet again, and it's always redrawn, but we have here some of the hereto unknown sidekicks, including Red B sidekick. It was a TNT or something, I can't remember the name. This was the original Quiz Kid, who was a sidekick of the original Mr. Terrific. So they're going through and determining who they'll add to the JSA. In the meantime, they are also adding select villains, some villains that they see as being able to turn to the side of good. So we have there Solomon Grundy, and that is the son of Harlequin, and also, I don't know if he's in this picture, but the Icicle. So, and then we have the Legion of Superheroes. It is a crossover between the Legion of Superheroes and the Justice Society, and they do fight, although the fight is not that interesting, actually. I don't think it's that well done. Not that it's not that well done, but you don't really see any of the characters in one-on-one fights. It's just kind of some splash pages and stuff, and there's Colossal Kid, and there's Atom Smasher, and so you're not really seeing a fight other than just in large scale. And that's it. So I guess my issue with this is that with this story. So this was a 12-issue series. I also did volume 1, which featured Per Degaton. And I think it was an interesting and good story, but very confusing. This is all about going through and I guess acquiring new members or debating on new members, in particular the Legionnaire, who I won't say who it is, and I guess putting together a new team. And so at the end here, let's see. So we have, and I don't even know who some of these characters are. I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to be the Flash's daughter, although she looks like she's black. That looks like a female Dr. Fate. I don't know if this is Green Lantern, except he doesn't have a beard. Well, he's got the symbol Atom, so maybe this is the Atom. Looks like a female Wildcat. I don't know who these are. There's the Huntress. Who these characters are supposed to be, because they weren't really introduced in the story. I don't know what the point was, because as far as I could tell, I don't think this series was ended because of lack of sales. I think it was intended to be 12 issues. So why put together a new JSA just to end the series? And there is a new JSA series, but looking at the covers, it does not look like a continuation of this, and it is not written by Geoff Johns. Now, Geoff Johns does have a tendency to kind of write stories that are springboards, either for other writers or for himself in the future. But I didn't think this, I read through it twice. I didn't think it was that great, because it was kind of like, what's the point? I think Geoff Johns is very good at characterization, at dialogue, at coming up with ideas. It's just my problem was the plot, which was kind of non-existent. So again, I don't even know who these members are. After all of this deciding and debating about who we're going to add, they come up with a group, at least in the last page there, where I'm like, oh, who are those guys? Other than Solomon Grundy and Huntress, I know who she is. I know who this guy is, but I'm not going to say. So anyway, I recommend it. I think it's fun. Even though I've been somewhat critical, I think it's fun. There's not much going on with the Legion of Superheroes right now. The last I heard was when Brian Michael Bendis did his pretty bad series, which I did not read, but I read enough of Brian Michael Bendis' stuff at DC to know that I didn't like it. So Legion has probably taken a little hiatus, but the Justice Society is going strong. So if it sounds interesting, I'd suggest picking it up.